Hey guys, I got another video review for you. This is the Transformers Titans Returns Legends class Seaspray. He's not quite out in the US for the most part, but he is starting to show up elsewhere. And yeah, here he is. He's the hovercraft, and he also, of course, comes in packaging, which we'll take a look at right now. As you can see, there's his package. You know about it, of course. You got nice little artwork, which is, of course, a fantasy scene. And if you look on the back, there's some the 3D renders of him in his robot mode and vehicle mode, and it tells you how many, all the warnings and how many steps it takes. A little bio up there, which you might be able to read if you pause the video. And of course, it's in 4 different languages, and that's, the package. It's authentic. Anyway, he, of course, comes with a collector's card, which oddly compared to other ones, this is the weird thing. He shows up in his vehicle mode on his card. Most of them, almost every single one of them, has had the robot mode on there. Except apparently Cosmos is also going to be the same way. He also, of course, has his tech specs on the back, and it says right there, "Nah, not Seaspray." Whoops. So that's the thing that happened. And he also comes with, of course, his transformation, his instructions, which again are still the light gray on dark gray, except with red highlighting, so that helps a little bit. But yeah, so here's the figure himself. This is, of course, a hovercraft. And come on, camera, you can do it. There you go. Yeah, it's a hovercraft, and there's no wheels or anything on the bottom. He can not really do anything, so he doesn't move around too much unless you push him around. But, it's got some nice, nice shades of blue. There's some scuffing on mine right here. It's a little disappointing, but it kind of happens every once in a while. There's not much you can do about it. You can also pretend that's not there at all, because you should definitely just not look. Don't look at that. God, oh no, jeez. But and he's got some nice. I guess are these stickers? These are definitely. I think those are stickers. Might be, but that's a Tampo right there. But, Autobot symbol, painted windows and stuff. There's a little bit of white paint here, although mine's a little sloppy on this side. You can see this it wasn't properly applied evenly. You can see that right there. It wasn't quite out, and there's also a little excess paint right there. That's unfortunate. And propellers, they can spin, although not very well. They're just clipped in, so they don't spin very fast, unfortunately. But you can also raise this whole section right here. And hey, what do you know? There's a cavity. That looks like a seat, because the Titan Master can fit in there just like always. Fit the Titan Master in there, close it up. And there you go. You gotta, might want to have to move that, because that's really on a really stiff joint, so you might have to move that unless you want his head poking out. But yeah, you can hold the Titan Master in there. You can see the Titan Master right there. Oddly enough, you can also, to get the Titan Master out, remove the bottom of it. And I'm not sure why, but you can remove the bottom. And there's something else removable that I'll get to in a little bit, where it's actually can be helpful. But to transform him, first you want to remove this parts forming. Yes, parts forming. How dare they? You want to remove that and put it off to the side for now. And first things first, the front is actually tabbed in right here at the sides. You want to move these blue parts down. And that basically removes the whole front of the section down, and then you kind of pull this out, start pulling this out and straightening out the legs and everything. This will also unfold the hips. You straighten those out, and then you push those up like that, and you take these side things, and they'll clip into the back, and split them, and you got the legs done. Coming up top, you just want to untab the arms from the side. They just go in this little slot. You just untab them, bring them down like that, and then take this whole back section and move it down. It'll be kind of clipped into place a little bit. Move it down, and there's these little notches, these little tabs right here. You can zoom in real quick. This little tab right here will go into that little notch. There might be, on some of them, there might be some resistance. You might want to it might be easier to stop right there, but no, you want to go all the way until it goes into place. Otherwise, it's going to be uneven. There you go. It goes in, and then you take this flap that's been bothering you, and you put it down, and there you got Seaspray in his robot mode. And it looks like a Seaspray. including big clumping feet. He's actually, you know, there's nice little detailing now that kind of shows up now that you've removed this front part, this little piece right here. Nice little detailing right here. The color works out really well. The colors, you know, nice color. The head sculpt, it's the mask, you know, pretty masked thing. Seaspray. The eyes are picked out very subtly, but they're there. Let's see if they're subtle, but they're picked out. Anyway, yeah, he's a nice little figure. He's, you know, he's got big stompy feet and everything, and he looks like Seaspray. This little thing, you can either you can actually clip it back on for this and give him a big punch, or you can do what I prefer, which this little tab right here on this weapon will go in the slot right here above his hand on the wrist, and boom, he can hold this as a weapon of some sort. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. A lot of people have been calling it a pizza box. I can see why. But yeah, he's also posable, of course, because it should be. And his head is on a swivel. The thing is, it's really hard to get your fingers in there to move it. And this is where that thing I was talking about. You can actually remove this back half of the yellow part. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of, really, is to get to the head. It can come off. It's just a bit tight. Ah, there we go. And also that propeller came off. It just, again, see what I mean? It's literally just a clip. Right there. Just a clip. It just clips in. And it just clips in, so not a big deal if it comes out. It'll go right back in. But yeah, you can remove that, and now he doesn't have the propellers, and it's a lot easier to get to the head, so you can move it left and right. I'm not sure why that's there. That's the only reason I can think of, is just so you can get to the head easier. That's literally the only reason I can think of. I appreciate it, though. And shoulders, though, ball joint, so forward, back, outward, about, so you can T-pose, almost. It doesn't, they're not quite 90 degrees, but good enough, close enough. And the elbow's on a ball joint, so you can, you know, move it forward. You can also switch to side and, you know, use it like as a bicep. No waist, because of how he transforms. I don't see a way they could really done a waist there. Hips, though, again, ball joint, so forward, back, outward. They only go about that far. I believe it's just kind of, yeah, the cut. There's not really a cut here, unfortunately. So if there was a cut, it could go, but they're limited that far. Good enough for most poses, but a little disappointing. Thigh swivels, though, on a mushroom. Just thanks to the molding, I'm noticing on mine, the molding is kind of scraping up against each other, so there's a bit of a friction, and then it kind of pops past it. Knees, slightly more than 90. You can also move them forward if you want to break his leg. And you also can, if you want, you can also de-transform it a little bit and be able to move his feet really, really far back. I guess kind of have a double jointed leg, although it doesn't look great. Oh yeah, I guess you can kind of sort of use the knee if you really want as a pseudo ankle tilt forward. But yeah, no ankle tilts, but he does have the sculpted A stance. So there's Seaspray. I think he's a nice little Legends figure. Not the greatest Legend figure, mind you, but he's still a nice one. He's worth picking up, especially if you're trying to get, you know, all of the mini bots in the new aesthetic and whatnot. He's a good one. I like him a lot. I got him pretty cheap, actually, online right now. I think you can find him for like $10 or $12 real easily online if you know where to look. He should be coming soon. He's good. He's a good one. I like it. It's nice. It goes nice with all of my rest of my Legends mini bots. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe. And I know that's annoying when people do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'll see you guys next time.